Make your guitar playing hypnotic. One chord grooves. Hello folks and welcome back. I'm Jamie Lockhart. Another short session. What I mean by make your guitar playing hypnotic, and especially in this one chord groove, which are absolutely perfect for making your guitar playing hypnotic. What I mean is this. When I say hypnotic, I mean I'm not focused on my rhythm I'm not focused on how I'm playing my rhythm or how to play rhythm. I'm focused on what can I do with that rhythm, with the dynamics of that rhythm to make it more powerful, to be able to express that rhythm in different ways without changing tempo and without adding more notes or more chords. And we quite often overlook this even as professional musicians. Quite often we want to race away and add a lot of stuff. But when we pull back, and this is the beautiful thing about one chord grooves and rhythms, you can go so deep into one chord and one rhythm, you'd be amazed at the things you can slightly manipulate and change in volume and intensity that give it a whole new life. So in this session, what I'm going to explain to you and show you, probably more than explain, is what I'm doing. The simple little things of what I'm doing in that one chord that changes everything. When I'm playing... Now, when I started playing this, and I'll tell you how this came about, I'm starting to play this rhythm. Now, immediately what I want to do is sort of go into the classic, because this is Voodoo Child, by the way, you might have guessed that, but I want to go into... which is great and it works, but I'm thinking, well, I want to sit in this... I sat in that for probably, well, it doesn't sound like a long time, but 2 minutes of just playing that's quite a long time. But when I sat in it, what happened was I just started to come up with these little, it just happens, you know, these little things happen. And I got that rake and I went, oh, that's great. This is what happens when you allow yourself to sit in something where all feel starts to come up and you actually start, as I've said before, the music starts to express itself through you. Now, you can't get to that place if you're thinking about where am I going to go, and this happens a lot if we fall into a need to do a solo or a need to throw a phrase in, and that's all great, but is there something you can do in the rhythm that just is something so slight, but you then become, you get the wow factor within yourself as a player. So when you're practicing, the takeaway from this session is, when you're practicing, don't jump out. You know, in prior videos we jumped out into phrasing and we went back to rhythm. That's great. But now we're going to go, what can I do with this simple rhythm that's going to give it more passion, more depth, and it's going to grab the punter out there if you're playing live, and it's going to draw them in, and it's going to get them interested in you as a player. So incorporate that into your playing. Sit in one groove, learn the groove, but don't jump out of it. Don't add to it. See how long you can sit in it. And that is what the takeaway from this session is. One chord, one groove, add the dynamics. When you've done that, because we're not going to sit, we'll be realistic, we're not going to sit in that groove for 10 minutes because people will get bored and you'll get bored. Now it is a song and it has a bridge and it has or what we could call verse. And the verse... Now, so what do I do now when I'm going into verse or when I'm going into bridge? Well, I'm adding dynamics to that as well. You know, I could go, as I said before, into the bar chord. That works, it adds dynamics. But what if I get into this finger picking, because I'm finger picking my rhythm. So again, the obvious will always jump out first. But the obvious sometimes isn't what we want. Now, the obvious comes usually because we've done it so many times before, we sort of refer back to that. Or because we don't explore, we don't explore other alternatives and what we can do. And again, how does that relate to the hypnotic rhythm? Well, I know that that hypnotic rhythm doesn't go away when I do my changes. It's still there and it's always there. So I know that I'm going to go back to that. And again, as a practice tool, what you're doing is you're testing things, as I said before, you're testing things out all the time that groove is going. And that is what is so important about sitting in one thing and not forcing the song, not forcing the music, but allowing it to come through. And that is the key takeaway from this session is don't force music. Just sit with it and it will express itself through you if you get out of here, drop down into here. So ladies and gentlemen, that is hypnotic rhythms, the importance of one chord rhythms and grooves and what you can draw out of them. And I hope that was informative. Leave me a comment, let me know how you went. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you would like to explore anything that I've discussed in this video or any previous videos, I'm doing free introductory lessons. You get a free introductory 30-minute session. You can book on the website. The link will be in the description. And you can explore other areas of the guitar. And I'd love to help you out. See you later, people. Bye-bye.